Hi guys, it's Lara-Lyn, and this is another COVID recovery video. Today's day 15 for me and I think 9 for my husband, and I'll admit that today I'm not feeling incredibly energetic. And actually for the last 2 days, the only thing I've really been craving is like getting outside in the morning and getting a little bit of sun on my arms and legs, which are super pale and white, and it's winter here, so I'm really feeling the need to get a little bit of nature's good energy. And so I thought I'd just film a really short video outside, giving you a couple of techniques that you can do standing to just create a little bit more freshness in your body. So if you can get outside, that would be great. If you don't have a garden or you can't get outside, maybe you could just open a window, get a little bit of fresh air, which I hope you have been doing, and maybe get a little bit of the sun on your skin. And then just come into a standing position, and we'll do a little bit of breath work and then a tiny bit of movement. And I hope that's going to help you to feel slightly fresher in your body. So we'll start with some breath work. Essentially just taking the arms up to the sky on the inhale and then dropping the elbows down towards the ribs on the exhale. The inhale will be through the nose and the exhale out through the mouth. And let's go ahead and just do 20 rounds together and then see how we feel. So when you're ready, it's inhale to the top and exhale to the bottom. Great. I think that was 20. I lost count somewhere along the way, but I don't think it matters. That really helps me to feel like I'm just bringing in good fresh air and letting out some stale air, and also just creating some energy and some movement. So we'll just continue a little bit creating energy in the body and then some very gentle stretching. Throughout all of this, please monitor your heart rate, especially if you're still early days of recovery or feeling very fatigued. It's really important to keep your heart rate down. So we'll start with some gentle swinging from side to side. And again, just breathing deeply through the nose. The reason why it's important to breathe through the nose is because the nose has got nasal concha, which help to humidify and clean the air going in. So whenever possible, try taking your inhales and exhales through the nose, but at the very least, inhaling through the nose. Starting to slow down the swings. And coming back to standing. Nice, we'll bring our feet a little bit closer together. I'll just turn sideways here for visibility, and we'll move into a very gentle forward fold. We're going to be super mindful of the shape of our spine going into this. So keep your knees a little bit bent. Make sure all of the toes are facing forward. Tuck your chin, starting to stretch the back of the neck. Next, try to round your shoulders and your upper back. And then try to round the middle of your back and the lower back, and then just start this really heavy descent down to the floor. Keeping your knees bent will just help if you're feeling really tight, and then just relax all the way down, maybe holding onto your opposite elbows. Here, breathing deeply into your back and feeling like you're really expanding into the bottom of the lungs. And then let's start that curl upwards. So bending the knees a little more, tuck the tailbone. Start to uncurl from the lower back, middle back, upper back. Leaving the head to come up last. and coming up to standing. It's normal to feel slightly lightheaded once you've come to the top. Just stand nice and grounded for a moment, allowing your blood pressure to normalize. Nice. So the next one we'll do is I've heard it be called the zombie stretch, which I really like. It's going to help us to target that QL muscle, quadratus lumborum, which can start getting really tight when you're sitting a lot, or if you've been, for instance, lying in a kind of banana shape in bed for a long time. So we're going to just sort of drop our head to the side and then turn your chin towards your shoulder. This is already nice for the neck. And then you kind of zombie lean to one side. You want to have the stomach pulled in a little bit and then hang the hands over towards your one foot. And then you can just gently tweak this pose here until you manage to find the stretch really over this sort of back part of your waist. So you may have to maneuver a little bit until you really find those muscles, and then you just hang there like a zombie. Deep breaths. Let's slowly come up to the top. And then we'll move over to the other side, starting by kind of hanging the head and then dropping over to the side and slightly forward. So in my own body, I can feel that this is quite a nice release for this area. This is not an area that normally gives me problems, but of course, I've been incredibly sedentary over the last couple of days, apart from the videos I've been making for you guys, and just a couple of yoga classes I've been teaching online, but definitely a lot less active than I normally am. And I can feel that that tightness is starting to creep in. And slowly coming back to the top. Nice. Let's finish up with a little bit of stuff for the legs as well. So we'll step the legs really wide. You can have here, just for the sake of balance, your toes very slightly pointed out to the sides. And then take the arms up. I recommend maybe holding the elbows. If that's not comfortable for you, you can just hold onto the wrists. This is really nice for your trapezius muscles, just to be in a kind of shortened position for a moment. And then let's take a gentle side stretch. I feel my hips clicking. And once you're in the side position as deep as you can go, then you can start to face your foot, taking a little stretch here in the legs. Again, maybe targeting that QL muscle. Then we'll go through the center, so you're just dangling down the middle now. Over to the other foot. And then start lifting up sideways. And all the way to the top. Nice. Let's go in the other direction now. So we're going sideways in the other direction. Go sideways as deep as you can. Then you can start to face your foot, stretching into the legs. Then through the center, over to the other foot, and then starting to peel up sideways. And then just relaxing the arms down. Remember to keep monitoring your heart rate. You really want to keep your heart rate down, and you do that a lot more effectively by breathing through the nose really mindfully. Stepping the feet back together. So the last thing I'd like to invite you to do is just to give yourself a general pat down. This is also something that we do in Qigong. We'll just go sort of one round through the whole body, and you'll feel that this just brings a little bit more energy and vibrancy into your body. So making these little cupped hands like I showed you in video 1, starting by cupping into one side of your chest, down the inside of the arm, up the outside of the arm, lingering a little bit on the trap, and then we'll change sides. So just little cloud pats on the chest, down the inside of the arm, up the outside, a little onto the trap, and then relax. So now we'll tap a little bit on the back body. So you'll tap around your lower back, slowly down the outside of the legs, up the inside of the legs, a little bit onto the front of the hips. That felt quite nice. Let's do one more round. Again, tapping the low back, kidneys, down the outside of the leg, up the inside, and onto the front of the hips. And relax. So this definitely has me feeling just a little bit better than before. I'd been feeling really heavy and sluggish today. As always, please feel free to write to me, reach out to me, let me know if there's any material I'd like to cover. I'm wishing you a wonderful recovery and health and happiness. Namaste.